My Grandpa Colty died on the same day I was born. Some people believe that when you die, your soul rises out of your body like a mist and goes looking for a new person to live in. If that's true, I like to think that when Grandpa Colty died, he told his soul to come looking for me. I was born December 21st, 1989 at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City. It says so on my birth certificate, which hangs in a fancy gold frame on the wall of my bedroom. It also says that my full name is Verbena Colter, that my parents' names are Tom and Ellen Colter, and that I weighed 4 pounds 7 ounces when I was born, which is pretty small for a baby, in case you didn't know. It was my mother's idea to name me Verbena. Her maiden name was Wojciech. Her father, a baker, and her mother, a schoolteacher, were both of Polish descent, and my mother grew up listening to Polish folk music at home. I was named after one of her favorite songs, a polka called Verbena, Be Mine. Our house stands high on the top of a hill, and out in the middle of the yard is a large speckled rock. You can stand on that rock and see all the way down into town. Not that there's much to see. Downtown Clydesdale is made up of 4 things: the post office, the church, the firehouse, and the bandstand, where rain or shine, the Clydesdale band shows up to play polkas and waltzes on Wednesday nights during July and August when the summer people are around. When I was old enough to wonder why I had been born in New York City instead of at Townsend, the big grubby municipal hospital off Route 17, where everybody else I knew had come into the world, I asked my mother about it. "Sometimes babies get their own ideas about when and where they want to be born," she told me. For a while, I was satisfied with that answer, but eventually I felt a need to ask more questions, and that's how I found out that the reason my mother was in New York City when I was born was because she and my father had gone there to look for my Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike grew up in Clydesdale, but unlike my father, he was not a very popular guy. As a kid, he bullied his classmates and teased small animals, and when he got older, rumor has it, he did things that were far worse. Nobody much liked him, and apparently the feeling was mutual, because the day he turned 18, he took off in the middle of the night and never came back. Even though that was years ago, people in Clydesdale still talk about him sometimes. Mike Colter was bad news. Trouble from the get-go. Warped. That's what Francine, the postmistress, called him once, and she said it right in front of my father, too. And even though it was his own brother she was talking about, he didn't disagree with her. My grandpa's name was Kurt Colter, but he went by the nickname Colty. Everybody loved him, and I heard plenty of people say that my father was a chip off the old block. Uncle Mike was a different story. "Why did you and Daddy go to New York looking for him anyway?" I remember asking my mother. "Your grandpa was dying, and he wanted to see his youngest son one last time before he passed." "Did you find him?" "No," she said, "we didn't, but at least we didn't come home empty-handed. You arrived a little earlier than expected, but we couldn't have been happier to see you." Looking back on it now, I guess there were some things I should have noticed, like the way my parents always looked at each other whenever Uncle Mike's name came up.